What's going on, guys? This is One Hand Tech back with another unboxing for you. Today we're taking a look at the Aokon Sports SJ7000 Action Camera. Now this camera shoots in 1080p Full HD at 30 frames per second using H.264 codec. It's a 12 megapixel camera and has built-in Wi-Fi. Let's go ahead and take a look around the box, and then we'll dive in and see what all comes with it. Now here on the front you can see some of the features listed. It says it's 1080p Full HD using H.264. It's 12 megapixel, does 1080p at 30 frames per second, has Wi-Fi, and it has an app on the phone that you can connect to the camera with. It also says it has a 2-inch LCD screen, and it is waterproof up to 30 meters. Go around to the right side of the box, and here it lists all the package contents. We'll get in more into that when we get inside, see what all it comes with. On the back, here it lists a lot of features. The image sensor is a 12 megapixel CMOS sensor. It uses 2.4G wireless Wi-Fi. It has a 2.0 LCD. Video resolution, the ones that really matter is it does 1080p at 30 frames per second, 720p at 60 frames per second, uses H.264 compression, has a 4x fixed zoom, and the lens is a 170 degree HD wide angle lens. This SJ7000 from Aokon does support up to 32 gigabyte memory card. The connections that it has is USB 2.0 and HDMI, and that's about it. And on the bottom it tells you that what all it can be used for, and they recommend it being used for a dash camera, on a boat, underwater while you're diving, like a home security system, or just outdoors riding bikes and whatnot. I'll go around to the other side, and here you can see the QR codes to download the app, and we'll dive more into that during the review. And back around to the front, on the bottom just a barcode, and on the top there's nothing. So let's go ahead and get this thing open and see what comes in the box. Alright. Now this is a box inside of a box. Let's go ahead and see if we can slide it out of here. And here we have the camera itself. And underneath is all of the extra goodies. Well, let me get these all unwrapped and lay them out on the table, and then we'll take a closer look at them. Alright guys, we got everything out of the packaging now, so we can take a closer look at it. Right here you have the Aokon SJ7000 Action Camera inside of the waterproof enclosure, and it also has another mount on the bottom of it there. And it has another clip mount that comes with it there. It has a belt clip it comes with. Also has a clip for your bicycle, and it has two of these clips here. Both of them have 3M adhesive on the back, but one has a plain hole in the center and one has a tripod mount hole in the center. We also got a couple of adapter pieces, extensions, I guess you'd call them. We also got a swivel mount. Also comes with a wire rope and a bag of zip ties. Comes with a camera clip that has tripod mounts on both sides. What that'll do is hold your camera whenever it's not in the waterproof enclosure. Got a USB cable. Got an extra back plate for the waterproof casing, but this one does have openings on the sides there. It's not completely enclosed. And what that is for is to help audio quality whenever it's inside that case. So if you're not going to be using it under, say, underwater, and you want to mount it to your bike, so it'd be a good idea to have it in that protective case. You could use this one that has the openings on the back to help with the audio quality during your ride. It also comes with a power brick. This power brick is rated at 5 volt 2 amp. It does have an indicator LED on it. That does seem a little bit light, but we'll see how it fares. You also get 2 Velcro straps. You get 2 nylon belts. I gotta start putting stuff back here now. You get a battery. This battery is, let's see here, 900 milliamps. You get 2 extra 3M adhesive pads. You get microfiber cloth to clean your lens and such. And finally, a user's manual. Let's go ahead and get all these accessories out of the way, and once we get those out of the way, we'll take a closer look at the action camera, get it out of the waterproof case, and take a look around it. Okay, here we are. Now we got the action camera up. The front plate cover is screwed on with screws. It's not molded like some of the other GoPros and other models are that you'll find from China. But it is clear plastic all the way around. Buttons accessible from the outside. Let's go ahead and get it open. Alright, right here's the Aokon SJ7000 Action Camera. You can see on the front you have some Aokon branding. Nice big lens here on the front. It looks to be what is the speaker on the front there. A nice big red power mode button. It does have a couple features here. It says 30. I'm guessing that's to indicate the 30 meters waterproof depth it has. It says 1080p and Wi-Fi. On this side here, you have your micro SD slot. The microphone is right up here above the top. Let's see if you can see that. Yeah, there you go. Then you have your the micro USB and the HD port. On the back, you have the 2-inch LCD screen. On this side you have an up and down button. On the top you have an OK button and a LED indicator. And on the bottom you have the battery door. Now the finish on this camera is kind of like a grippy, rubber finish on it. Feels really good, like it feels really secure. I took a little bit of finagling with my lack of fingers, made it a little bit more difficult to get that back door off. But here's the back door, the battery door, and it looks like there's already a battery in there as well. It is. And this is another 900 milliamp hour battery. So let's put this back in. Let's power it on and see what we get. Alright, now that we got the battery inserted in the camera, let's go ahead and power it on and see what the menu and everything's like. So what we're going to do is press and hold the power button for 2 seconds. You see welcome come up, and you got the blue indicator here telling you that it's on, plus the screen comes on. Now whenever you first turn it on, it does default to video mode, but to change the mode, again, you hit the mode switch on the front here. If you press it once, it'll take you to photo mode. It tells you up in the right hand corner what your setting is for photos. Press it again, goes into playback mode. Tells you right now that there's no image because I don't even have a card in there yet. Press it again, takes you into setup. Now to go through the setup menu, we use the arrows, up and down arrows on the side. And when you get to something that you want, you click the OK button on the top. And so we got VGA 640 by 480, WVGA 848 by 480, 720p at 30 frames, 720p at 60 frames, and 1080 at 30 frames. Okay. Whenever you select something to go back out, you just select whichever one you want. The next one is TV out. I'll keep the glare off of that. We're going to keep that off. Just off and on is those two modes. OSD mode, that's on by default. Time lapse record, you got 1 second, 2 second, 5 second, 10 second, 30 seconds, and 1 minute. Now what that's going to do is it's going to take a picture at the interval that you select. So if you select 3 seconds, it's going to take 1 picture every 3 seconds and then compile it into a video at 30 frames per second to make it speed through. Capture mode, single, 3 second timer, 5 second timer, 10 second timer, and 20 second timer. Cyclic record, that's on 3 minutes by default. You can set it to 5, 10, or off. I'll leave it at 3 minutes for now because I'm not sure what that is yet. HDR, on or off. Motion detection, now this setting will be good if you're wanting to set up a surveillance system and mount this up in the corner of your house or something and turn motion detection on, and it'll start recording whenever it senses motion. Audio, you can turn it off if you're not going to use it. It's on by default. Date stamping, this will leave the date stamp on your video or picture. I'm going to go ahead and turn that off, but it's on by default. Image size, it's set at 12 megapixel, but it looks like it has 14 megapixel in here as well, so maybe it has an updated firmware that allows it to take larger files. We'll just go ahead and leave it at 12 megapixel because that's plenty big enough for what I'm going to be using this for. Quality would be normal, fine, and economy. I'm going to go ahead and switch that to fine because I want high quality. Sharpness, you can put it at strong, normal. Okay, sharpness we went through. White balance, the different format or different things you can do white balance with, and leave it on auto. Color, you can adjust the color. Black and white sepia or color. ISO, you can adjust the ISO, but I'm not really a photographer and I don't know all about that stuff yet. But the option is there if you would like to do that. You can also adjust the exposure. I'm going to leave it right at the default because again, I'm not too good with that stuff. Anti-shaking, is turned off from default. I'm going to go ahead and turn that on. Language, English, but you do have French, Spanish, Portuguese, Dutch, Italian, and then whatever those couple things are. Date and time. We'll go ahead and set the date and time. Let's see what time it is. If you ever want to back out of one of the screens, just hit the mode button on the front. Alright, next we got auto power off. You can set it to auto power off after a certain amount of time of not receiving any input from the buttons or not recording or taking pictures. The options you have is off 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Leave that off for now. Actually, we'll turn that on 3 minutes. Beep sound going through the menu. It's on by default. I'm going to go ahead and leave that on. TV mode. Select it for your region in TSC or PAL. Screensaver. This is, I do believe, will turn off your screen after certain amount of time, no matter, even if you're recording or taking videos. And I'm going to go ahead and set that to 30 seconds, or I'll set it to a minute. The frequency, 50 to 60 hertz. Leave it at 50 hertz by default. Rotate. This will allow you to rotate your video if you have to mount the camera upside down. In car mode, what this does is you'll plug the camera in. If you turn this on, when you plug it in your car, it will automatically start recording once the power kicks in from the car. When you turn the car on, it'll send power to the camera, so it'll start recording. It'll stop recording as soon as the power is off. Wi-Fi SSID. You can set this here of what you'll see whenever you go to connect your phone to the camera. And default, it's called Sports DV. Wi-Fi password. Here you can set the password for it. The default is 1234567 License, no set. This you can set your license plate number for your car. Delete. There's nothing to delete, but you can delete individual pictures or format. We don't have a memory card in there right now, so that's not going to help anything. Default settings, if you want to switch everything back to factory default. And the version, it'll tell you your version says, by default, mine anyway, looks like it was done on February 23rd of this year. Version 1.0, and Sports DV is the version name. And we're back up to the top. So let's go ahead and get a memory card in here. I got one right over here. And what I got was a SanDisk micro SD HC USH1 or UHS1. This Aokon Action Camera SJ7000. They recommend that you use a micro SD card with a class rating of at least 6. 6 through 10 or UHS1. UHS1 is the fastest of the lot, and mine is rated up to 80 megabytes per second transfer speeds. So let me go ahead and get this unboxed, and we'll throw it in the camera, see what the formatting and everything is like. Okay, go ahead and get this in here. It looks like it goes in this way with the contacts facing towards the front of the camera. Slide it in and it clicks in. And it shut off. Turn it back on. Let's go back into the settings. And we'll go down to the format. All data will be erased. Anytime you format the memory card, it's going to erase everything that's on it. Go ahead and click OK. Wow, that was quick. And go back out to the main screen. And you can see on here it'll tell you at the top how much recording time that you have given your card size and the settings that you have selected. Right next to it, it'll tell you what settings you have it on. Right now I have it 1080p at 30 frames per second. We do have the cyclic record on, and I'm going to turn that off because I really don't need that. What that's going to do is whatever you set it for, whatever duration, mine is set for 3 minutes. So it's going to store a file, a video file on the SD card every 3 minutes while you're recording. It's saying that the microphone is on, battery indicator there. Down in the bottom left you have your date, and there's a timer in the middle. Now, depending on what you turn on and off, you'll have other indicators on the LCD also. So let's go ahead and try to get it connected to the app, and let's see what that looks like. The up button is the Wi-Fi on and off. So let's go ahead and see the Wi-Fi come up. Press up to return. Let's see if we can add it again. There it is, all the way down here at the bottom. See, it's on here now. Go ahead and click that. And once you do that, it asks you for the password. And the password by default is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I didn't change anything, so saying we're connected, but alright, now here's the leave my phone here. See if I can hold that up without it going anywhere. Oh. Alright, see what options we got on here. So it's changing the settings in real time on the camera. You can start recording, And then it'll stop recording. And now what we'll do is we'll go back out of this. And here you'll see it's giving me the option for the video that I just took with the settings, download or put it in the trash. We're going to leave it right now. Let's go ahead and see if we can download it. There it is. You highlight it at the bottom here. It has a download or trash. We'll go ahead and download it. And you can see the status indicator. We're transferring it from the camera to the phone wirelessly. You also want to take note though that using the Wi-Fi functionality will run the battery dead faster. And you only have two 900 milliamp hour batteries, so it's not going to be that long. It's done downloading. Let's see if we can play it back now. There it is, playing back. And that's after it's already on the phone. So I already showed you guys everything with the phone, so let's go ahead and see if we can play it back. Go ahead and turn the Wi-Fi off. See if we can play it back on the camera. When you download it onto your phone, it looks like it might delete it. But let's go ahead. Let's set this down. Go ahead and record. Okay, stop recording. Now we'll go in to see. And there's on the playback mode. Hit OK to play. And it has video and audio. It is pretty good. So what we'll do now is we'll go into here, go up to delete, and we'll just delete all. Hit erase all images, hit OK, and it's done. So all in all, this camera you can get on Amazon. Now Aokon did send me this unit for review, but you guys can pick one up for $60.99 on their Amazon store. The link will be down in the description. Initial thoughts are, this is a pretty nice little camera, pretty good action camera. What I'm going to do is I'm planning on using this for trips on vacations, and also for my time-lapse videos for my 3D printer. And so make sure you guys go check out Aokon's Amazon store. Pick you guys up one of these. It's not very expensive, so mostly everybody will be able to afford one. And from what I see so far, I mean, when we get into the full review and look at the video quality and the audio quality in that, we'll see how it performs. But initial thoughts are that it's going to perform pretty well. That's going to about do it up, guys. Make sure you guys stay tuned for some more reviews and unboxings and such. I do have some more time lapses coming out. And I have a new case and power supply to review from, I think it's from Roswell. But make sure you guys stay tuned. Hit that subscribe button. That way you guys can keep up to date with everything that I'm putting out. Make sure you leave any of your questions, comments down below. I'll try to get to them as soon as possible. Until next time, guys, have a good one.